can just tell they play at such an elite level, which we're going to see here this afternoon.
And Jeff Holzmeyer leading Wake Forest, the longtime Florida State assistant. Quick swing and system for the Wake middle. That's Sanaa Williams with the early point. And as Jeff Holzmeyer is noted for Wake, who can be in the middle of that league, who can get on a run in November. Here's a quick slide for the standout middle.
They know what they can count on when she's out on the court.
Farrell rising up the Wake ranks. She's 4th all-time in digs. Could crack the top 2 by her career end. Good swing on the right, but that's tipped here early. And then Whitekettle goes down line. That's out of play, but great effort to save it.
Great save right there.
Blashoff keeps it in. And then Whitekettle unloads from the right.
You know, I took some time to watch Wake Forest and just do my...
Remember, the Cardinal off an Elite 8 appearance last year, lost to Louisville in a dramatic 5-setter. Blistering serve, and that's where the Cardinal are so good.
This is a topspin serve, so just a lot of downforce coming right there. That's 3 in a row right there, 3 aces. So they're going to have to talk about making some sort of adjustment right here.
That native, so good on serve. Targets Crawford again. That's Sadie Peck's first touch, just rotates in the front. What a power dump from the left side. That's Jordan Harvey, the Salt Lake City product, with the kill.
Are used to playing in these big coliseums, so sometimes it can be an adjustment when you're in a little bit of a smaller arena.
Turns into a 5-1 run, and this arena is packed today. There's camper day as well. Kids all over the place. What a block at the net. That's Erica Sayer, another freshman in the front row with a roof.
Yeah, you mentioned the energy in the crowd here. Just, you know, really good turnout here, but got to try out and see what's sticking and works.
Crawford to the floor, but that does touch. That's why Stanford hits as a team 300. It's top 10 in the country. So many different options. Now Khalees Williams on the slide for Wake, their first-year middle. Nice power dump into the net. That's an element of the game Logan Parks was looking to develop in the Stanford eyes. Long road trip, back-to-back weeks, going coast to coast. Stanford unfazed in set 1. Bellows goes middle. Whitekettle roofed. A little 22-on-22 crime.
Taking a look at this, she's just doing these opportunities for their hitters.
Bellows goes outside. Whitekettle on the touch. Nice play at the net. Riley Whitekettle fired up early.
Double swing right there. Whitekettle did a nice job mixing things up a little bit. So
Stanford caught Sadie Peck into the net. Crawford really struggling on serve in this set. She's forced to clear it. Great save from Etzler. And then the roll shot finds the floor. So here's Rubin, back-to-back points late in the set. And an extra hour of sleep. I bet that helps a little bit with the students on hand.
Yeah, especially with that East Coast, West Coast travel. That's definitely a little bit helpful.
Jordan Harvey puts one away. The Salt Lake City native, preseason All-ACC, playing night in and night out at that level. So Peck rolls one over. Rubin off hands. And there's the pick. That stays in play. Nice touch. Set point now for the Cardinal.
First time we've seen that back row swing right there.
Yeah, if you're a coach, both those hit percentages are ideal. It's about slowing down the opponent in set 2. Farrell goes to the floor. And now
really
wild
nice
rally
coverage
on this first point. Crawford barrels one up. Rubin on the touch. Baker outside to Crawford. Great coverage. Parks got to it, but no help. Point Wake Forest. Kill. Crawford's now moved into 6th in Wake Forest career history with kills. 1,291 and counting. How about the roof from Williams at the net? Quick start for the Deacons. State, her eyes are so smart at the net. Knows where to play shots. She has 2 blocks early. Gets a hand there. Farrell comes in to bump set this. Rubin, nice coverage. Rubin gets tripped up. Longest rally of the match today.
Great coverage.
Here's Peck. Easy for Parks. Look at Farrell getting to the floor. Scrappy second set point. There's Parks going down. Crawford. Incredible dig. And Rubin clears it. Out of play. One of those points you have to win in your home building. Hopefully oatmeal raisin, right?
I'm not for me.
Yeah, that's not high on your rankings. Unloading from the back row. There's Jordan Harvey. That's a shot Stanford has utilized all year long.
It just looks so good and is so effective. I mean, let's take a look back.
It's utilized a little bit in the middle of the Mexico State, but Coach Holzmeier wants to put her in different spots to score.
I think that's the great thing about her. Just, very diverse, which is a great player and contribution to have on your team.
Over 4 points a set for the Wolfpack. Got them into the tournament for the first time in a decade. Fish is roofed. Wow, power hands from Jordan Harvey.
That scene, but just close it up.
Ooh, this will almost hit the roof, and then kept in play. Reynolds Gym keeps it compact. Good job by Parks to the floor. Through the hands of White Kettle.
Seeing some scrappy volleyball right here from both sides, just trying to keep that ball alive.
Off balance, and it hits the floor. Nice long rally for the Cardinal early in set two. Great effort by Stanford. And there's Olivia Fish, who her presence has been huge in this matchup.
Yeah, she did a really nice job there.
Averaged over 2 kills a set, missed all of last year. A little spark for the Deacons today. Here's Blashoff looking for her first points of set two. Peck had to go left-handed, little flick shot. Oh, we got a collision. Some traffic here on I-40. That does connect these states, California to North Carolina. It takes a minute, but you can get there. And how about Fish with a cut shot?
There we go. Fish getting active and excited. You mentioned her not playing at all. They've got a lot of good options as far as hitters go, defenders go. I was thinking about what their practices must be like and just how much competition and challenging it is during the week. I'm sure that they push each other incredibly hard.
A lot of good on the court right now. 8 straight wins for the Cardinal. Crawford effort, just short. Stanford now with 3 of the last 4 points. Here in Varsity Arena, Stanford's serve dominates set 1. Wake keeping things interesting here in set 2.
A rare passing error right there.
And Williams cleans up the dump. That's right at the net. Too easy for Sanaa Williams. But excellent defensively Friday against Cal, but a different tier of competition today. Forcing a punch, and that hits the floor. The kill in the middle for Lizzie Andrew. In a league loaded with great middles. Ryla Jones at Pitt obviously does year in and year out great stuff.
Harvey, really tough float serve right there.
Crawford goes off Andrew's hands. And now Rubin tees up. Back row, Blashoff, we're getting all the weapons for Stanford in this rotation. Can the Cardinal capitalize on it, though? Andrew again on the slide. Good point for the Cardinal.
The goal is to not be seen and recognized or be talked about, because when you're being talked about is when you're probably doing something wrong.
Really good hands from Erica Sayer, and here's Stanford on set point.
Definitely is, and his career at Florida State was incredibly impactful as well. So staying here in the ACC, ready to grow Wake Forest program. Working
under Chris Poole, who's now at 950 wins. It just keeps racking them up. Here we start set 3 with Rubin going outside. Lalaji punched it back in. Nice save, and that stays inside the antenna but goes out. Paige Crawford with her 8th kill. Maples Pavilion, very cavernous. A lot of space to save those wild rallies. Great serve, and Wake floats one in with Sanaa Williams.
Getting herself an ace there.
14 aces this year for Sanaa, 2 of those in this match. And now a tight set for Parks, who tees it up perfectly to Andrew. In terms of total kills, finding different ways to produce as a senior. Bellows, great save. And then a block at the net.
My.
Andrew with the big hand. When teams are hitting that efficiently, so difficult for an opponent. That's why Stanford's won 7 straight, because of shots like that. Blashoff goes down line.
Playing so tough and so competitive that a win is not going to just be handed to you.
Williams in the middle. Nice feed from Baker. Hetzler on the float serve. Targets her fellow libero. What a roof at the net. Rubin energized. 9th team block for Stanford. Not a prolific blocking team, but they're finding moments to be effective. Although Crawford goes over the block. 1v1, Page up to double figures in kills. Stanford servings neutralize that. Andrew again. It is rinse, wash, and repeat. 9 kills on 12 swings. That's unheard of.
Parks is having so much fun, creating these opportunities for her to swing. So she's like, let's just go for it.
Speaking of that efficiency, Parks had 48 assists Friday in a 4-set match. That is some big-time numbers.
That really is.
And then Parks shows you her arm, unloads to the back row.
Determination in her face right now. She is dialed in.
Difficult serve. Farrell towards the scores table. And Crawford is blocked. Andrew had enough of that story. Here's the slide. Whoa.
Oh, my.
Big swing
Goodness.
for Erica Sayer. Back to Palo Alto tonight. They'll host 2 top 25 teams next week.
Yeah, that's we're going to want to get some good sleep on the plane and rest up for a big week ahead.
It's on the shoulders of Drew Lalagi here in the 3rd. And a service error sends Stanford home with a successful road trip. Back-to-back weeks in the Carolinas. A clean sweep today. They go 4-0 in the 2-week trip.